Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Hello everyone, this is Carrie with Unicorn Company, and today we are reviewing the Regent. I keep wanting to call it a Hauptmann because it looks a lot like one, but it is not. Alright, so we're looking at the Regent Miniature. This is from Ironwind Metals. And first of all, I want to thank our great sponsor, Fortress Games and Miniatures, for helping us to get this miniature. So you can go ahead and take a look at it. So this in plastic will eventually be released in the Grey Death Legion box. But here we can take a look at it before that release date because of the fact that Ironwind Metals already produces this miniature in metal. So I have it on one of the Myth Kitty Minis Catalyst style bases. And as you can see, it leaves quite the imprint from its weight in the little felt thing I use, the blanket that I use. Anyway, let's get on with, talking about this here. So this miniature is a 7-part model. The legs and hip come as each are their own part. Also, each arm is a full assembly, so they're already pre-bent in this position, and the head comes separate from the torso. So getting that position properly is kind of odd. I don't know if it's in the exact right position, but it is in the, it is in the correct spot. It's just, I don't know if it's far forward enough or not. They don't really have little, the mating surfaces are pretty much flat. They're kind of angled a little bit, but it doesn't really give you a good feel for whether or not it's seated in the correct position. Other than that, I do want to say the model itself does scale well. Here is the Hanson's Rough Riders Atlas, which we'll also be doing a review of that box to give you an idea of how big it is. Or also from the Game of Armored Combat box, here is the Battle Master. Overall, assembly of the model was quite easy. There weren't really any hiccups or anything in it. Mold lines weren't too egregiously bad or anything. Obviously, part of that's because this is a brand new... what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's a brand new mold. All the molds for this are going to be relatively new. It's scaled properly with the new plastic miniatures. Obviously, it does come at a bit of a premium because of the fact that it is a metal model as opposed to plastic. But if you do want to get your hands on a Regent early, this would be the way to do it. Upsides of it, obviously, one, you're getting it before the GDL box is out. Downsides, I don't know. One is cost. Obviously, for the price of this, you're going to get an entire box, an entire plastic box. But if you're one of those people that likes the old school metals and wants to have the metal models in the current size and everything else, this is the way to go for you. Now, obviously, as you can see here, I've painted up using fan art to represent the Papal Regent. You can see on its leg and on its shoulder pauldron that it has, the papal symbols. On the back side, there's a good amount of detail. Nothing sticks out egregiously as mismolded or miscast. Tons of heat sinks on the back of this thing. And if you're one to like to do the glowing heat sink effect, this would be perfect for you. You've got them on the arms, you've got them on the legs, the torsos. I feel like this should have been some kind of vent, seeing as how this is if I recall correctly, a large caliber autocannon up here. But otherwise, yeah, I totally like it. Also, one thing about the metals that you do have as an advantage over the plastics is a lot of the details are not washed out. So I don't have one here. So the first Kickstarter and the Game of Armored Combat, a couple of the miniatures, I want to say like the Shadowhawk, for example, the missile tubes are washed out on the chest. But on this, obviously, because it's metal, you don't have any of that plastic shrinkage that happens. So there's not the chance of losing any detail. In fact, the details on this model are crisp, clean, and beautiful. So if you want to go ahead and get a Regent for yourself before the box comes out, go over to Fortress Miniatures and Games, or Ironwind Metals, but I would highly advise going to Fortress because they do offer these at a discount as compared to what you can get them from Ironwind. So that is it for today. Well, as far as this review, it wasn't anything big, wasn't anything fast. This is a good model. A little pricey compared to the plastics, but if you like the metal miniatures, this is the way to go for you. So until next time, this is Carrie signing off.
I'm gonna find my meaning, I can make a change. I wanna play the game. You wanna sink or swim? I'm gonna go